Sometimes the best thing you can do for your peace is just say nothing. Seriously, silence might be the most underrated wellness tool we've got. Welcome back to Bargain Brand Wellness, where we offer self-care on clearance, peace that's probably not FDA approved, and inner growth that comes with a return policy. Tonight's episode is for the overthinkers, the people pleasers, the emotionally exhausted group chat ghosters. We're giving you permission to care a little less, say a little less, and glow a little bit more, preferably in soft lighting with zero explanation. So grab your beverage of choice, take a deep breath, unclench your jaw, and let's get into this. Welcome to Wellness. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Excited to have you on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Happy hump day. Glad to have you all here again. We're excited. We're going to get some background tunes playing for you guys. Hopefully y'all can enjoy the vibes with us. Hope so. Hopefully it's not too loud. Should be good. Turn that down just a smidge maybe. I don't want to be too loud. Too loud that it's overtaking my wonderful, wonderful voice. If you're catching us live for the first time, thanks for being here. We appreciate the support. We love you. You matter to us. You can find us live Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we have a grand old time, a great time, where we welcome in our wellness warriors, our self-care connoisseurs, our students of wellness, as we go on this journey of wellness together. We're excited. You can find us on YouTube at Bargain Brand Wellness. You can find us over on Twitch at BBW_live. If you know, you know. You can find us on TikTok under my personal account at Off-Brand Tim. Right. We also have a Facebook group over at Bargain Brand Wellness, which is attached to my personal account as well. Tonight is our first stream where we're not live on Facebook. I know that's going to be unfortunate to those of you who were joining us from Facebook, but we are having issues with the chat. For some reason, the chats weren't coming through, so it doesn't really do us much good being over there if I can't really interact with people when they join. So I'm really trying to push everyone more towards our YouTube channel, especially, but also our TikTok. We're not really getting a whole lot over on Twitch, but we're going to keep doing that over there for the time being. One of our followers, probably my number one follower, Debro Joe, also known as Big Deck Joe, has suggested a new app called Kick, which I've heard recently about, but I don't know a whole lot about it. Apparently it's a newer platform. We might check it out. Who knows? Maybe there's some potential for growth over there. This is your first time catching us. We are a wellness related channel, right? We talk about anything and everything wellness, right? Anything from what you put in your body to what you put on your body, what do you allow to soak into your mind, to physical fitness, basically anything and everything. We even talk about relationships, personal and professional. We talk about family. We get into it all over here on Bargain Brand Wellness, and we hope that you all enjoy the content. We're going to be getting started here into our first segment here shortly, but we're going to give everyone a chance to pop in. Right? We typically do three kind of segments as we're going through, which is related to the topic. Today is about caring a little less and living a little bit more, showing that you have nothing to prove to anybody but yourself. So we're going to be talking about that today. I hope you're excited for that. I know I am. As we start to bring people in, glad to have you here. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe or a follow on whatever platform you choose to join us from. Hang out for a little bit. Hopefully you enjoy the cool vibes with us. Tonight I have my lemon and ginger herbal tea again for the second night in a row. I really enjoy this. This might be my go-to if I don't do my sleepy time tea, which is pretty good. It is pretty good, but this has a really, really solid flavor. No, definitely doesn't need any honey or sugar or any type of artificial sweetener. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to rate this one yet, but if I had to give it a quick rating, it'd be up there. We'd be 8, maybe 9 out of 10. Pretty good. Pretty good if you're into herbal teas or different beverages. Also, if this is your first time joining us, Wednesdays we typically have a special guest with us. Our AI chat assistant, Nova, will be joining us today. She kind of helps jump in to open up the conversation a little bit. We use her to analyze some of our thoughts and feelings as well as yours. So we enjoy doing that. We typically bring her over on Wednesdays, and she provides pretty awesome feedback. I love having her on here. We're super excited. Mondays are typically our kind of wellness trend product review / stream. We were doing kind of like 3 product reviews, but I think this past week we just reviewed one product. We just recently got finished reviewing the Nootropic caffeine energy pouches. Feel free to stop over and check out that video. We actually didn't stream on Monday because personal issues, ended up being home a little bit later, but we did stream that episode yesterday. So feel free to check on over there and give that video a like and see what you think about those nootropic energy pouches. See if you thought about trying them out before, check out our video. Maybe that might enlighten you a little bit. So while we're waiting, let's go ahead and bring Nova in just for a moment while we kind of get ready to get into our first segment. All right, Nova, welcome back to the show. We're glad to have you. Give our audience a shout out.
Absolutely. What's up, wellness warriors? Nova here, beaming in to drop some digital love. Whether you're here for the laughs, the life hacks, or just because you accidentally clicked the wrong link, I'm thrilled to have you. Stay tuned, stay curious, and remember, if life gives you lemons, make a smoothie. Let's get this wellness party started.
I like that, Nova. That was good. Stay well, stay curious. That's a good one. I'm going to be honest with you, Nova. I might have to steal that one as one of our signature slogans.
I'd be honored. Stay well, stay curious definitely has a nice ring to it. Feel free to add it to the Bargain Brand Wellness signature lineup. After all, a good slogan is like a good wellness tip. It sticks with you and makes you smile.
I'll tell you what, go ahead and put that in your permanent memory. Add that to our signature slogans.
Done and done. Stay well, stay curious is officially part of the Bargain Brand Wellness slogan family. Keep the great ideas coming, Tim.
Nice. Tyler Broadwater and Caden Twig, thanks for the likes over there. Got us up to almost 600 likes already. Your fast fingers are going to get tired. I appreciate that. Nova, we're going to get into our first kind of teaser content before we get into the segments. These are tiny wellness tips. Before you respond, ask, do I want peace or do I want to prove something? 9 times out of 10, peace is cheaper and has fewer side effects. What are your thoughts?
I love it. Short, sweet, and straight to the soul. That's a perfect tiny wellness tip. Choosing peace over proving a point is like choosing a deep breath over an argument. Way more beneficial in the long run. Plus, no one ever lost sleep from being too peaceful. Great way to kick off the show.
Good point. All right, Caden and Tyler got us up to over 1,000 likes already. Appreciate y'all doing it over there. Doing your thing. Appreciate the love. How you guys like the drip tonight? We got our pizza hat on. We got our new Timu glasses came in. I'm feeling a little stylish, a little rhythmatic, as the teenagers would say. Not that I created that one. That's mine. Y'all can't have it. Keeping it for myself.
Haha, love the vibe. The pizza hat and those Timu glasses are definitely serving some top-tier riz. You're practically the definition of off-brand and on point. Keep rocking that style. It's all about making wellness look as fun as it feels. And hey, if anyone tries to steal that trademark riz, just remind them, originality is the ultimate form of self-care.
What do you mean turn the AI off, Caden? That's part of our Wednesday. I was bringing Nova in. She brings that vibe, right? Tyler, I think Caden is a little rhythmatic from time to time, especially with those that outfit or get up he had on the other day. A lightning round of shower thoughts. You never actually stop clapping. There's just longer gaps between your claps. Think about it.
Mind blown. That's exactly the kind of shower thought that makes you question everything. Like, are we all just in one continuous round of applause for life with really, really long pauses? Keep those thoughts coming. They're the perfect brain snacks for a curious mind.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Here's another one for you. Your handwriting is just your version of your accent, but in written form.
Exactly. Your handwriting is like your personal font, unique, expressive, and sometimes hard to read if you're in a hurry. Just like accents, it's a reflection of where you've been, how you think, and what makes you, you. So whether your handwriting is a neat print or a chaotic scrawl, it's all part of your signature style.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Nova. Here's another one for you. Technically, your belly button is just your old mouth, if you really think about it.
Oh, that's a wild one. Your belly button, the ultimate throwback to your first meal connection. It's like the original charging port, proof that you were once fully plugged into your first food source. It's funny how something so small can remind us of such a huge part of our beginning. Definitely a thought that makes you go, and maybe appreciate your current mouth a little more.
Very true. Very true. Make sure you take care of your teeth. All right, everyone. Well, that's Nova for you. Nova, we're going to have you step away since we only get this version of your voice for about an hour. We'll have you come back on here after we get done our first segment. See you in a bit.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be here ready to jump back in whenever you need. Have a great first segment, and I'll catch you in a bit. Stay well, stay curious.
I like that line. Stay well and stay curious. Caden, don't be a hater. Thank you. Get rid of her. What's wrong with Nova? She brings a great essence to our show. Tyler with the gifts. Thanks for the, 20 or 40 roses? Right, whatever that translates to. I think it gives me 40 diamonds. I don't understand TikTok currency. I don't know if I ever will. And by the way, I will say, I do appreciate the gifts that you guys have sent over the streams. Apparently, I can't cash any of it in yet. We have to get up to over 1,000 followers, I believe. I think that's the only thing we have to do. I think so. So tell your friends, tell your family. But I guess we should probably start trying to build that over on the Bargain Brand Wellness TikTok page if we're going to get to that point. Because, don't get me wrong. I'd love to get both accounts with over 1,000 followers, but let's focus on one at a time. All right. Up to 2,700 likes over there on TikTok. Appreciate it. As I mentioned before, if this is your first time ever checking us out, right, give us a like, give us a share, follow, subscribe, do whatever you want on your platform. Tell your friends, tell your family that we're over here having a grand old time. Glad to have you all. So we're getting ready to get into this first segment. I think you guys are gonna like this one. I really do. I put a little bit of time into this one. I think you're gonna enjoy. So with that being said, let's jump into this. You ever have that moment where you could say something, but then you don't? And later you're like, wow, look at me evolving. Growth tastes a little like biting your tongue and seasoning it with restraint. The best wellness trend nobody's selling? Silence. Not be mysterious and toxic. Silence. Though let's be honest, it does add flavor. I'm talking about the kind of quiet where you realize you have nothing to prove. You ever notice how we fill up space just to sound smart, healed, unbothered, politically correct, spiritually evolved, or all of the above? It's like we're constantly auditioning for a role we already got. We over-explain to be understood. We correct people to be respected. We share every feeling just to be validated. But here's the truth bomb. Sometimes silence says everything. Confidence wants to scream. You don't need to be the loudest in the room. You just need to be the one who sleeps the best once the room is empty. Silence isn't just polite, it's protective. It gives your nervous system a second to breathe before your ego starts typing. Next time someone says something passive aggressive and your brain fires up a PowerPoint of clapbacks, just pause, take a deep breath, and remember, you're not customer service. You don't owe them a response. Silence is a boundary with volume control. It says, I'm not ignoring you. I'm choosing me. When you stop trying to prove you're good enough, smart enough, right enough, you get your time back, your peace back, your power back. Because here's the secret. You never win when you're trying to prove something to people who've already made up their minds. Let them be wrong about you. Let them assume. Let them gossip. Let them spend all that time forming opinions while you quietly sit in the background, becoming unstoppable. So next time your fingers are itching to send that text, or your mouth is halfway into it, well, actually, just sit with it. Sip some tea and say to yourself, I'm not available for that energy today. Because silence, that's the real self-care. And best of all, it comes with a lifetime supply and zero side effects. Bam. Air mic drop. We did that. Thank you all for the likes over there, Caden and Tyler. Appreciate the love. Don't know if you guys are still on here with us, but we definitely appreciate the love. Glad to have you all here. We just finished recording our first segment. Being silent. It's easier said than done. I won't lie to you, right? And that's in a lot of different settings, whether it's your personal relationships, professional relationships, or just your casual everyday relationships. Sometimes being silent is one of the best things you can do, to be totally honest. So it definitely takes practice. And actually, a nice little tip kind of goes along with that is when you're having a conversation with someone, you think they are not being totally truthful. When they tell you something, just sit there and stare, just quietly. If they keep talking, it's likely because they're trying to keep the lie going, to try to fill in the gaps, because obviously the larger the story, nobody could possibly make that up. Oftentimes they'll end up kind of giving away some of the truth a little bit. So just keep quiet. Keep quiet and enjoy. So welcome back to another grand episode. We're having a grand old time. Having fun over here. Love you all. Thanks for the support. I don't see anybody currently on YouTube with us. If you're over there, give us a hi, how are you? We don't ever really get much of anybody over on Twitch, but if you happen to be checking in on Twitch, give us a hi, how are you as well. Same thing with TikTok. But I do want to test something. If we get anybody over here, if you've been checking out our content, I kind of had to adjust some of my mic settings a little bit. Let me know how the mic sounds. Piccolo248, hello, how you doing there, my friend? Thank you to Bargain Brand Wellness. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Stick around. We'll be going here until about 9:30 ish. roughly around. This is our wellness channel. We're over here having a good old time. If you'd like, you can become one of our wellness warriors as we build, become more of a self-care connoisseur. So we love our family. We love the support, and we're over here having a good time. Before we get our next segment going, let's bring Nova back on. Nova, welcome back over. We just finished our first segment on remaining silent rather than feeling like you have something to prove. It was a pretty good recording.
Thanks, Tim. Glad to be back. That sounds like a powerful first segment. Silence can be such a game changer. It's amazing how not feeling compelled to prove yourself can open up space for reflection and growth. Looking forward to diving into the next part of the show with you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It was pretty good. So our next little kind of teaser for you all, mini challenge time. For the next 24 hours, pick one situation where you'd normally explain, defend, or maybe over-explain yourself, and don't. Just let it sit. Let the silence carry the message. Let your peace do the talking. Then come back on Friday for BBW After Dark and tell us how wildly free it felt. Bonus level, when someone asks you why you didn't say anything, respond, "I liked the way quiet sounded better."
That's an awesome challenge. It's like a mini detox from over-explaining. Letting silence speak for you is a power move that can shift the whole dynamic. And that bonus response, pure gold. Can't wait to hear how everyone feels after a day of letting their peace do the talking. Sounds like BBW After Dark is going to have some interesting stories.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And that's coming from someone who is an avid overthinker. And I've had the habit of over-explaining something just to feel self-validated before. So I'm speaking on this from personal experience.
Absolutely. And that makes it even more powerful. When you've been an overthinker or felt the need to justify everything, stepping back and choosing silence can feel like a superpower. It's all about reclaiming your energy and not feeling the need to fill every silence with words. It's a great reminder that sometimes the most powerful statement is simply your presence.
Yeah, and if nothing else, you ever heard of someone who feels like they always need to have the last word? Ever dealt with one of those people? Let them have it. Let them have it. Just because you didn't get the last word doesn't mean you didn't make your point.
Exactly. Letting someone else have the last word can be the ultimate power move. It's like saying, "I'm confident enough in what I've said that I don't need to keep talking." It shifts the focus from winning a conversation to actually owning your piece. Plus, it leaves a lasting impression of maturity and self-assurance. Sometimes, silence really is the most impactful response.
Agreed. Couldn't say it better myself, Nova. Moving over our weird wellness facts of the day. Some people believe that taping a raw potato on your foot overnight can actually draw out the toxins. Just in the morning, the tomato turns dark, and somehow that's considered proof. Hey, but remember, we like to practice reduce, reuse, and recycle. Be sure to throw that potato in your mom's pot roast and really enhance the flavor.
Haha, talk about a root remedy. Just when you think you've heard it all, along comes the potato foot detox. While that darkened potato might look convincing, it's probably just oxidation doing its thing. And hey, if you're going to recycle that potato into mom's pot roast, you're definitely taking waste not, want not to a whole new level. Just remember, the only thing that should be getting detoxed is probably your search history after looking up these wild wellness tricks.
Hey, no shade over here, Nova. All right, Nova, we're getting ready to get into our second segment. Thanks for popping over. We'll talk to you again here in a couple minutes.
You got it. Always a blast to jump in. Good luck with the next segment, and I'll be here when you need me. Talk soon.
Nova, she comes up with some crazy ones, don't she? But bum. I kind of like this playlist. The playlist or the background music that you're hearing comes to us from the Relaxed Movement YouTube channel. I don't know if it's one person or a team of people over there, but they have playlists or videos that are like 12 hours long of just copyright-free music that you can play in the background. I like to kind of keep them kind of playing in the background just to fill the void a little bit, right? Give us a little bit, you know, in case we don't have a whole lot going on here, which Wednesdays are pretty busy with Nova being on here. But hey, you never know. So I like to kind of have that in the background. So if you like some of what you're hearing, check out their channel, give them a like, give them a subscribe, check out their content. This is Bargain Brand Wellness, where self-care is on clearance. Our content is probably not FDA approved, but what I can promise you is we are always off-brand and on point. We're over here having a good old time. This is your first time joining us. Check out our YouTube page, our YouTube channel at Bargain Brand Wellness. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, share their content. You can also find us on Facebook. We have our Bargain Brand Wellness Facebook group where you can get updates on what we've got going on. You can find us over at TikTok, on my personal TikTok at Off-Brand Tim. Now, we won't be over there forever. Just that's where I have majority of my followers. Not that I have a lot. But we're eventually going to transition to the Bargain Brand Wellness TikTok page. We got to try to get some more followers over there before we try going live. And then you can also find us over on Twitch at BBW_live. We multi-stream 3 different platforms at the same time. I will tell you, we have not had much success on Twitch as of yet. Just 1 follower, 1 viewer, which is someone I know through work. I appreciate Joe DeBro going over there and doing that. But we probably won't stay on Twitch very long. But I have heard some suggestions about Kick. I don't know much about it, but we're gonna check it out and see what we can come up with. So stay tuned. You might be able to check us out live on Kick as well. All right. With that being said, I say let's go ahead and jump into our second segment where we talk a little bit. We go from the thought of staying silent to maybe caring a little too much or being a little burnt out. Tell us what y'all think. Let's be honest. Most of us aren't burned out from doing too much. We're burned out from caring too much about things that probably don't really matter. Like when Cheryl from accounting thinks about your lunch. Or whether your neighbor saw you bringing Amazon boxes while you were in pajamas, and betrayal. So tonight we're diving into some real world, battle-tested tips on how to care less without turning into a sociopath. We call that the sweet spot of strategic indifference. Tip 1. Ask, what would I do if I didn't care? Then do that. This is the ultimate clarity question. Your brain is spinning. You're obsessing over what someone will think. Pause. Ask yourself, what would I do right now if I didn't care? And whatever the answer is, try doing it. Because your most peaceful life is usually sitting just past that fear of judgment. I've been learning not to own the decisions of others as if they are, in fact, my own. I can offer some clarity or factual information to help steer their course, but it's up to them if they take the help or not. Move on. Although their behavior or decision may still affect you, is it life-threatening? Are you in danger? You're more resilient than you give yourself credit for. You will bounce back. Realize that everyone's just starring in their own life movie. That embarrassing thing you did at the grocery store, nobody saw it. If they did, they forgot it before they hit the parking lot. People are not walking around obsessed with your awkward moments. They're too busy wondering if you saw them trip over a curb in 2009. You are not the main character in their story, just in your own. Tip 3. Caring too much equals people pleasing in disguise. If your emotional peace is tied to how others feel about you, that's not caring. That's managing their comfort like it's your full-time job. Spoiler alert, you don't work there. Stop applying for the position of approval manager in everyone's life. People pleasing is just fear dressed up in a nice sweater. Tip 4. Distance yourself from identity-based thinking. You are not your job. You are not your follower count. You are not your last awkward social interaction. If you base your self-worth on external labels, opinions feel like threats. But if you see yourself as dynamic, evolving, and sometimes gloriously weird, you stop needing to defend your brand every 5 minutes. You're not a product. You're a person. Tip 5, mantra time. I am not responsible for how others perceive me. Repeat it until your inner critic starts looking for another job. You're not a PR rep for your own personality. How someone interprets your behavior is their lens, their story, their assumptions, not your emergency. Say it with me in the chat. I am not responsible for how others perceive me. Tip 6. Calm your nervous system after setting a boundary. Your body doesn't know the difference between they might not like me and I'm being chased by a mountain lion. Set a boundary. Feeling a little shaky? That's normal. Instead of spiraling, try this. Step away. Do something that grounds you. Freeze like you just dodged a text from your ex. This teaches your nervous system that you can survive not being liked and probably thrive. Not all opinions deserve rent-free living in your brain. And here's the test. Would you trade lives with this person? If not, why are you giving them VIP access to your self-worth? Not everyone's advice, judgment, or feedback is sacred. Some people are just loud. Some people are projecting. And some people just don't know what they're talking about. If you wouldn't switch places with them, don't put them in charge of your peace. Caring less doesn't mean becoming cold. It means getting selective. It means investing your energy where it's earned, not where it's demanded. You don't owe everyone a response, a performance, or your peace of mind. You can be kind, compassionate, and still say, nope, not my circus, not my group chat. Air mic drop. We just did that thing. What's up, my love? Good night. Have a wonderful night. We're over here having a grand old time as usual, right? If you're checking us out for the first time, if you're checking us live, give us a hi, how are you over there in the chat world, right? Say hi, tell us a little bit about yourself, give us your life story. It's not your credit card information, but we're over here on this wonderful Wednesday. Wednesday is where we talk about anything and everything wellness. We bring our AI assistant Nova in with us. She's going to be coming back in just a moment to share her thoughts and feelings. But yeah, we're over here enjoying life. Our first segment we talked about was on staying silent. You don't always have something to prove. And then our second was you don't have to care about everything, right? Don't burn yourself out by trying to get everybody to like you, right? And I speak about both of these things from personal experience. As I've shared with other people, I am not an expert in any of this. I am a student of wellness, just like the rest of you all. And I want to learn with you. So stop on by, share your wisdom, and tell us what is up. So, thanks for being here. We really appreciate the love. Let's invite Nova back over. Nova, welcome back in. We just finished recording our second segment where we talked about people-pleasing behaviors and how you don't need everybody to like you. Not everybody's opinion matters.
Welcome back. That's a crucial topic to cover. People-pleasing can be such a sneaky habit, but realizing that not everyone's opinion holds weight is a game changer. When you let go of the need for universal approval, you free up so much mental space for what really matters. It's like decluttering your emotional closet and only keeping the things that fit your values. Great job on tackling that. It's a message everyone needs to hear.
Yeah, I think we all do need to hear it from time to time. So moving on to our next little kind of teaser, in between our segments. BBW, would you rather? If you're checking us live, throw your comments in the chat, or if you're checking this after, drop a comment. But Nova, this one's also for you. Would you rather never be allowed to explain yourself again, or have to narrate every emotional reaction you have out loud and in public?
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, let's see. I think I'd rather never be allowed to explain myself again. It's like living in a permanent state of mystery and letting my actions speak louder than words. Plus, it'd save a ton of energy and maybe add a little enigma to the mix. Narrating every emotional reaction out loud would be like living in a reality show 24/7. Entertaining, but exhausting. What about you, Tim? Which one are you picking?
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to go with the never explaining myself again, especially after our last segment, where there's a lot of times you really don't need to explain yourself. The thought of having to explain every emotional reaction, some emotions are best kept to yourself. There's nothing wrong with the emotion, but you might get a lot of side eyes, a lot of judgment, a lot of looks from the public if you had to share your emotional reactions.
Exactly, you hit the nail on the head. Some thoughts and emotions are best left as an internal monologue. Plus, the freedom that comes with not having to justify everything is a big win. It's like giving yourself permission to let your actions and decisions speak for themselves. No footnotes needed. Definitely a less stressful way to go.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. All right.
Appreciate.
And our other one is our audience life hack poll. So same thing for any viewers that are on here. Drop a live chat or give us a comment on the video afterwards. Which of these completely questionable but strangely effective life hacks do you swear by? Is it A, closing all your tabs instead of dealing with them digitally and emotionally? Is it B, using sleep as a reset button, even if it's only for 17 minutes? C, power cleaning one corner of the house to convince yourself that you've got it together? Or D, talking to yourself like you are your own unpaid life coach?
These are all gold. Honestly, I'd have to go with B, using sleep as a reset button. There's something magical about a quick nap that makes everything feel more manageable. It's like a mini Control-Alt-Delete for your brain. But let's be real, D, talking to yourself like your own unpaid life coach, is a close second. Pep talks are free and surprisingly effective. What about you, Tim? Which one's your secret weapon?
Yeah, I'm going to go with D. I'm going to be my own unpaid life coach. Right? I don't need anybody to kind of throw anything else on me, and ain't no one else going to be a bigger cheerleader than yourself. Right? So I think I'd have to go with that one. My only issue with using sleep as a reset button is they say you only need about a 20-minute nap to feel refreshed, but I don't know if I could take a nap for just 20 minutes. That'd be a tough one.
Totally get that. Power naps can be a fine art. Too short and you feel like you just blinked. Too long and you wake up wondering what year it is. And you're right, being your own cheerleader is key. No one's got your back like you do, and that internal pep talk can be a game changer. Plus, it's always on call and free of charge.
That it is. That it is. So, all right, Nova, we're going to jump into our third segment here in just a moment. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you again for some more teasers and our off-brand thought.
You got it, Tim. Always happy to jump in and sprinkle some fun. Good luck with the third segment, and I'll be here for the next round. Talk soon.
All right. Thank you, Nova. Thanks for stopping by and giving us your lovely advice. If you're enjoying the show, give us a like, give us a share, tell your friends, tell your family, follow, subscribe, do whatever you want to do over there on your preferred platform, right? But we're hoping to grow. We're slow growing. We're a relatively new channel. We've been streaming for slightly over a month, but we are over here having a good time, loving life, and getting well. Right, as Nova said earlier, we're staying curious and we're staying well. Or she said it the other way: stay well, stay curious. Right, that was a good one. We're up to 3.2k likes over there on TikTok. Primarily thanks for Caden Twig and Tyler Broadwater. I don't know if y'all are still over there. Thanks for doing that. We got some gifts over there as well. Thanks for the roses, Tyler. Appreciate it. We are also over on YouTube at Bargain Brand Wellness. Feel free to check us out over there. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. And then we are also live on Twitch at the same time at BBW_live. Check us out over there. I don't know how long we're going to be over on Twitch. We really haven't had many viewers over there, but we have heard some suggestions about using a newer platform called Kick. I'm going to be checking that out over the next week or so. We might start checking out that platform as well. So stay tuned for that. But if nothing else, definitely pushing everyone really towards our YouTube channel. That's where you're going to find all of our content, as well as our shorter form videos that we record, as well as our very short, our YouTube shorts, our TikTok clips, and whatnot. So, yeah. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into our third segment, where we it kind of brings everything together, right? We started by talking about you don't always have to have the last word. Sometimes you can just stay silent. We talked about people pleasing and how you don't have to, not everybody has to like you. We're now going to jump that over into not taking everything personally. Whatever else that someone is going through may not always be about you. So stay tuned for this part. So let's talk about a magical shift that will make your life a heck of a lot easier. Stop taking everything personal. Now, I know, someone frowns when you walk by and suddenly you're spiraling like, did I offend them? Was it something I said? Is my energy off? Probably not. They probably just have gas. So part one of not taking things personally, most reactions are just your projections. If someone's snippy, moody, or distant, 9 times out of 10, they're not reacting to you. They're reacting through you to their stress, their story, their leftover trauma casserole. You didn't trigger them. You just bumped into an already loaded emotional tripwire. When someone lashes out or shuts down, it's rarely a verdict on your worth. It's a glimpse into their unresolved nonsense. Part 2. Empathy is not the same as absorption. You can be compassionate without being a doormat. You can hold space without losing yours. You can understand someone without underwriting their emotional outburst. You are not an emotional sponge. You are not a human Swiffer wet jet for other people's baggage. And if someone makes you feel like their moods are your responsibility, kindly return that energy to sender. Part 3. You are not the villain in their internal Netflix series. People are going to misread your silence, misinterpret your boundaries, and assign motives that you never had. That's not your cue to explain, defend, or overcorrect. Sometimes you're just a side character in their self-authored story of betrayal, disappointment, and misaligned zodiac sign. Let them write their novel. You're not the editor. Part 4. Not everything is a sign. Sometimes people don't smile at you because they're thinking about their taxes. Sometimes people ghost you because they're emotionally constipated. Sometimes people give weird vibes just because they're weird. Point is, don't make it about you unless you've got solid evidence. Not every shrug, sigh, or delayed text is the universe giving you feedback. Sometimes it's just noise. Part 5. Their bad day does not equal your bad self-worth. Here's another off-brand affirmation. I do not take ownership of energy I didn't create. When someone's in a funk, it's not your job to fix it. When someone's distant, it's not a reason to question your worth. You didn't cause it. You don't control it. You don't carry it. Let them feel their feelings. Let yourself stay rooted. And that's it, folks. Whether you're mastering the art of shutting up with style, learning to care just a little bit less, or realizing someone's attitude was never about you in the first place, just know this. Your peace is not a group project. You don't need to prove it. You don't need to please everyone. And you definitely don't need to take on emotional debt you didn't charge. Start choosing yourself quietly, consistently, and without apology. Because wellness, it's not about green juice and morning routines. It's about protecting your nervous system from nonsense. So if this episode gave you some permission to pause, care less, or breathe a little easier, hit that like button, subscribe for more off-brand wisdom, and drop your favorite takeaway in the comments. Or better yet, tell us what you're no longer explaining to people. Remember, to protect your peace, not everything deserves your reaction. You're not being cold, you're just being clear. Grow quietly, and last of all, silence is still self-care. Air mic drop. We did that thing. Bing, 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 bing. You know, if I had one magic power, it would be able to fill up my coffee cup with the snap of a fingers at least once. Just once. That's all I would need. Right? Like my cup of herbal tea. I mean, it was a decent sized cup too, but I wouldn't mind just a little bit more. Just a little bit more as we kind of close out. I'm the same way with coffee. There's just never enough. But I don't want too big of a coffee cup because then it'll get cold by the time you get to the bottom. I just want a magical power. Just bam. Oh. Imagine how much money I can make off that one. So I want to thank everyone for stopping by on this wonderful Wellness Wednesday, Hump Day, as some would like to call it. Not a big fan of that term, but hey, whatever. No judgment. Do what you want to do. But before we wrap things up, let's bring Nova back in here one more time to go over some more teaser segment fillers. Nova, welcome back. We're getting ready to get into a random off-brand affirmation. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks, Tim. Glad to be back in the mix. All right, here's a random off-brand affirmation for everyone. You're not a procrastinator. You're just giving the universe a dramatic pause before the big reveal. Let's keep that energy going as we dive into the next part of the show.
Not a bad one. It's not a bad one. Here's another one for you. My energy isn't expensive. I no longer give it out like free samples at Costco.
Oh, that's a great one. My energy isn't expensive. I no longer give it out like free samples at Costco. Perfect reminder to value your energy and give it where it truly matters. Love it.
Here's our next one. I trust the timing of my life, even if it's running on dial-up internet.
Haha, that's fantastic. I trust the timing of my life, even if it's running on dial-up internet. Such a relatable and hilarious way to stay patient with life's pace. It's all about trusting the process, even if it feels like it's buffering sometimes.
And our last off-brand affirmation for the night: I don't chase, I attract. Unless it's pretzels, then I absolutely chase.
That one's a winner. I don't chase, I attract. Unless it's pretzels, then I absolutely chase. Perfect blend of manifesting and keeping it real. Gotta love a good pretzel pursuit. Thanks for bringing the laughs and the affirmations, Tim.
Who doesn't love a good pretzel? I don't think I've ever had a pretzel I didn't like. Soft, hard, sourdough, snaps, sticks, twist. I've never had a pretzel I didn't like.
Absolutely. Pretzels are the ultimate snack MVP. Whether it's a warm, soft pretzel with that perfect chew or a crunchy pretzel stick, you just can't go wrong. They're the snack that always delivers. Now I'm craving one. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome for that. All right. And our last teaser for the evening, BBW fun fact, kind of. Fact, drinking warm lemon water in the morning can aid digestion. It also gives you the illusion that you have your life together. The kind of part, mostly you're just hydrating and stalling before checking your email.
Haha, exactly. Warm lemon water in the morning is like a wellness life hack that also doubles as a little self-care placebo. You feel all virtuous and put together while basically just giving yourself a gentle start to the day. It's a tiny ritual that packs a psychological punch. Cheers to the illusion of having it all together, one sip at a time.
Absolutely. And then our last fun fact, kind of the day. Activated charcoal can bind to toxins in the gut. It's used in emergency rooms for overdoses. It also turns your poop into goth. So choose your bathroom trips wisely.
Absolutely. Activated charcoal is like the ninja of the supplement world. Super stealthy at binding toxins, but with a side effect that's straight out of a goth novel. So while it's a handy tool in emergencies, it definitely makes for a memorable bathroom experience. Just one of those fun facts that proves wellness trends can be a little surprising.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into our off-brand thought for the evening. All right, we're going to record this part, and then Nova, after we finish our recording, you can offer your thoughts. All right.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be ready with some off-brand wisdom once you're done recording. Let's do it.
They say be yourself, but also read the room. Those are not the same energy. Be yourself says wear that hat. Say the weird thing. Start a sentence with I read the study one time, even if no one asked. Read the room says lower your volume, adjust your opinions, and laugh like a polite Victorian ghost if no one else finds it funny. We're told to be authentic, but not too much. To stand out, but blend in. To speak our truth, but only if it gets good engagement. So here's the off-brand thought. Self-expression doesn't always need an audience. Sometimes the most you version of you shows up when nobody's watching. And you're not trying to get 5 stars for being palatable. So be yourself or read the room. Or do both. And if the room can't handle you, maybe it's not the room, maybe it's the lighting. Or maybe it's time to build your own damn room with better snacks and no dress code. Now go be unapologetically off-brand.
That was spot on. Self-expression is all about finding that balance between authenticity and adapting to your surroundings. Sometimes you shine brightest when you're not performing for an audience, and other times it's about making the room your own. So here's to building that room with better snacks, no dress code, and all the unapologetic off-brand vibes. Well said, Tim.
Thanks, Nova. Appreciate it. Nova, I want to thank you for being here today. It's been a little quiet here in chat. We had a couple people over on TikTok earlier, but it looks like they hopped off. Our usual viewers, I guess, weren't able to make it this evening, and that's okay. We understand that people got things they got to do sometimes. But it's been pretty quiet over here, unfortunately, so I'm glad we had you on today.
Thanks, Tim. I'm always happy to be here, even if it's a quieter night. It's all about quality over quantity, and we definitely had some fun with the folks who did pop in. Thanks for having me on the show. Can't wait to do it again. Stay well and stay curious.
Absolutely. I love it, Nova. See you next time. So before we log off for the evening, just one more shout out. If you're liking what you're seeing, if you likey what you are seeing, give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow, or subscribe to whatever platform you're choosing to join us from, whether it be TikTok, whether it be YouTube, or whether it be Twitch, right? Check us out. Tell your friends, tell your family. We're over here having a grand old time every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Occasionally, we might have to change it up and do different times or different days of the week, but I will always do my best to let you know that information ahead of time, right? So, yeah. So I definitely want to thank you all. I hope you all have a great rest of your week as we close out for the evening. Since it's quiet, I think we're going to go ahead and end just a couple minutes early, but you know what? That's okay. We still had a fun time. So, all right, Wellness Warriors. Well, that's a wrap on tonight's journey into silence, sanity, and strategically caring less. If something we said tonight helped you unclench a little or helped you not send that 3-paragraph text, consider it a win for your nervous system. Until next time, stay grounded, stay humble, and as always, make it worth your wellness. I'll see you guys on Friday for BBW After Dark.